It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The action tonight out at the Palace of Auburn Hills as the Detroit Pistons play against the Philadelphia 76ers. Checking out the 76ers, they have to be pleased with the way things have gone for them this season, winning 3 of their first 4 games. They've been a confident-looking team since the end of the preseason. Hey, we'll be keeping an eye on Andre Drummond tonight. 9th overall pick back in 2012 out of UConn. Shaq, he's still a very young big with a lot of room to grow.
He's an incredible offensive and defensive rebounder, Ernie. One of the hardest box-out assignments in the league since Dennis Rodman.
We're coming at you from the Palace of Auburn Hills in beautiful suburban Detroit as the Pistons prepare to take the floor. The Detroit Pistons come into this one following loss, guys, to the Celtics in Boston. And that was a real body blow for them. They got taken apart both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, major problems at the charity stripe in that game. They just could not convert their free throws.
And that makes it hard to win, especially on the road. You get a chorus of about 20,000 yelling at you every time you put one off the rim. Boy, that's got to wear on you.
Look at the 76ers starting group. McRae in at point guard. Okafor out there with Zach Randolph. Then there's Kent Bazemore. And it's Schultz in at the 3 spot.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Down low. And it's Drummond with the jam.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy.
Good.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
And Detroit has possession. And this is the first season matchup for them against this 76ers team.
Yeah, and these teams pretty familiar with one another. They'll face off 4 times this year.
And you know, Greg, both would love to get the upper hand early. This game, to me, is psychological as much as anything. I mean, a win here provides that edge you're looking for.
Here's McRae. 23 points for him the last game against New Orleans.
And it just wasn't about the offense. I mean, he was racking up the steals and taking advantage of some sloppy play by the opponent.
Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Kevin McHale.
On his mind, the difficult task of defending Zach Randolph. He said Randolph's especially tough because he's not only a go-to scorer on the low block and the pinch post, but also a guy who can pick up a lot of second chance points with his work on the glass. He's a 20 and 10 double-double guy for a reason. We'll have our hands full trying to slow him down. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris. Pass to McRae. Randolph against Johnson, and he gets it to go. Randolph's got his first basket of the night.
Really nice way to get your first bucket of the day.
Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Outside Jennings. Passes it to Wood to end the run. Detroit, no good that time either.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And he gets it to go. Woods got himself on the board with 3 there.
He answers right back with a 3 of his own.
Watch out now, Shooky. We got a duel shaping up right here. This could be mano-mano for a little while.
Jennings with the bucket.
Good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
The 76ers leading by 6. Schultz passes to Randolph. And taken away by Johnson. Wood can't hit.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
6 on the shot clock. Drummond a screen. Here's Gadsden. Off target from three-point range.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
The 76ers shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Now, here's Joseph. Here's Polides. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face. You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons dancers.
The 2K leaderboard provides us now with this list of last season's assist leaders. Fourth, Freak.
Distributors of the basketball all season long and was really his team, one of his team's bright spots a year ago.
Langston Galloway's checked in for Kent Bazemore. There's the dish to Johnson. A three-pointer is right on target.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Here's McCray. Another three for Philadelphia.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Pistons trail by 12. 1:09 left in the first quarter. It's Gortat with the drive, and the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Galloway, the pass to McCray. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
Talk about great numbers for Shakin Banks. He already has 13 points, and from downtown, he's buried 3 three-pointers.
Well, when he squared himself up and gotten good looks, he's knocked them down.
So for the 76ers, their last game, a win against New Orleans.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Here's McCray. 15 points in the game, and he gets it to go.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Shot by Joseph, no good. Here's Philadelphia. They're on a 14-5 run here. Here's McCray. 18 points for him. There's a screen by Noel. Here's McCray. It'll count. Got it off in time, but it's no good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here in the Palace, let's give it up.
That Rockets head coach Kevin McHale spent some time with us in the... That's an interesting perspective on competitiveness and what happens when you're no longer in the thick of it, especially, Clark, when you're as physical a player as McHale was.
Yeah, you know, I certainly understand where he's coming from. I mean, I'm living it in many ways, but for me, it's about the love of the game and sharing that with so many other people who love the same things I do, whether they ever played or not. There's some common ground even outside of the competitive court.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a comfortable margin here for the 76ers, guys.
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Detroit. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pelicans had a huge game. He ended with 23 points and also had an incredible amount of assists, really setting his teammates up every minute on the court. It was a performance for the ages and one that will have the whole league talking.
All right, Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing.
And, you know, I'll be interested to see how much he's got left in the tank. I mean, that performance had to take a lot out of him.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes supreme confidence can increase your strength. I'll be interested to see how that affects his play.
Wood, he's checked in for the Pistons. Jennings comes in for Joseph. And then for Philadelphia, Okafor comes in for Embiid, and it's Zach Randolph in for Noel. Drummond the screen. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. And here we go again, the 76ers on the break, and the slam dunk by Bazemore.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
Haley, it's good from long range.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Picked by Randolph to the inside. Now here's Jennings. Really had troubles in that loss to Boston. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And it's Drummond missing.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
And he uses the glass on the layup. He has 6.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Detroit with the ball. Outside Jennings. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The 76ers leading by 22. Bazemore passes to Schultz. Here's McRae. 22 points for him.
And that's really the change in our game. It's the overall athletic ability. I love those point guards that can throw it down.
Well, you've talked about that. That's a dose of the modern NBA, Greg. That kind of aerial ability isn't limited now to just the front court anymore.
That's exactly right.
You know, I look at it this way, guys. It seems to me there are more high flyers at guard than anywhere else in the league these days.
For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Outside Jennings. Here's Gadsden. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
Assisted by Brandon Jennings. Timeout call for Philadelphia. Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons dancers.
Now we'd like to take this moment to show you the teams that a year ago made a trademark of scoring points off turnovers. The 76ers in second.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
And the 76ers making a change here.
2 minutes left.
And there's the pass to Covington. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Picked by Okafor. He kicks it to Galloway. Pass to McRae. From deep. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Jennings.
Well, after that great first quarter from outside, he's cooled down here.
1:31 left in the second quarter. And now Philadelphia on the break. Here's Randolph. Tries yet again. He lays it in.
Freak.
And that's now 26 points for Freak. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the 76ers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Randolph, that one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Rebound by the 76ers. McCray has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Galloway, no good.
You know what? His finishing ability is not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
Well, they're not shooting as many from outside here in the second quarter.
They were shooting well early on. I like their spacing. I think they should get back to that.
Okafor, good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
So as we conclude.
Well, a double-double already in the books for you, and we're only at the half. Do you see them trying to throw different looks at you to slow you down?
Well, I mean, I guess that's a question for them, really. I'm not going to try and guess what they'll be doing in their locker room because I think that's a pointless exercise. Just going to keep plugging away and doing my thing, you know?
Thank you for your time, Kevin. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
How about a double-double already? I mean, this is the sort of energy performance that just energizes your entire team.
He has impacted the game in a bunch of different ways. Really going to be hard to slow him down now. I tell you what, this has been fun to watch.
So on the floor for Philadelphia, McCray is in at the point. Zach Randolph is out there with Okafor. Then there's Kent Bazemore, and it's Schultz in at the small forward.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
And it's been the difference. That's what's enabled them to build such a big lead, no doubt about it.
The 76ers shooting their fourth and fifth attempts at the free throw line tonight. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Detroit's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Shot clock at 6. Here's Drummond. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Drummond's got his third basket of the night right there. Philadelphia's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Here's McCray. 30 points in the game.
The ball.
Here's Schultz. And the jump to finish it off. A beauty.
Right there, Randolph doing a good job opening up space for the shooter with the solid screen.
The Pistons shooting for the game at 42%. Let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, guys, Kevin McHale had some advice for the team in that last break. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Drummond. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. He also wants to see a patient offense, work for the shot, move the ball around, and as he told them, quote, if you don't see a good shot, find someone who does. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Now here's Jennings. Following the miss by Freak. Johnson kicks to Jennings. Drummond sets the screen for Jennings. 6 to shoot. Looking for Gortat. He gets it there. The shot's good. Jennings making the play.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
You know, these are the guys you need to be aware of if you don't want your pocket picked. Here are last season's steals leaders. Freak, number 1.
There were so many nights when he controlled the game through his defense. Not a surprise to see him ranked at the top.
Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Noel comes in for Zach Randolph. Here's Joseph after the Sixers pick up 2. Gortat with the screen for Joseph. Dishes it to Drummond. Got a piece of it. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half.
Excellent communication between teammates on the alley-oop there.
And that's what you need to pull that off.
And you do. You have to have both ends of that play, and they were fantastic on that one.
Now here's Joseph. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Stolen. Passes it to Schultz. Here's McRae. Here's Noel. Rebound Andre Drummond.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Johnson, good.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Schultz passes to Noel. Here's Bazemore. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
And now we have a chance to check out Freak here. He's coming off an excellent season. Last season, he put up about 35 points a game, almost 4 steals and 9 assists. And he's a threat to go off in any game from anywhere.
Some guys just have the gift, and he's one of them. You need points, he's your go-to guy.
Kicks to Gortat. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
So the wing on the left. Embiid dishes to Covington. Drills it from outside. Covington's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Johnson outside. Takes the 3. The shot is off. And Philadelphia the other way now. Noel down low. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. The Pistons have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Here's Joseph. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Joseph's got his first 2 points of the night. McRae passes to Covington. 1:07 left in the third quarter. That's good. Noel's got his second bucket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Now here's Joseph. That one's rebounded by McRae.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Philadelphia moving the ball around. And it's Noel missing. The Pistons have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Here's Bollides, the 15-footer. Good.
Bollides.
76ers have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Here's McRae. He has 30. Gets it off. An amazing shot just barely beat the buzzer.
That is as big.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Corey Joseph is out there with Jennings. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Gortat. That's the group for Detroit right now. And there's the...